Hey everyone, it's Cool Kid here, back again for another One Piece chapter review, chapter 1024. And this chapter has some things pertaining to Yamato. I always like a chapter when, Yamato does something or, it has something about Yamato. So I'm always up for a chapter like that. But, yeah, actually, I do have a couple of things to say before I get into the chapter review. So, recently, the, latest SBS 100 is out, and the latest Fever Card pack came out. So, some cool, brand new information has came out about, some certain characters. Like, let's just say King is one, and his bounty is another thing. In the Fever cards in the SBS, okay, I don't want to talk about SBS 100 because I am 100% planning to do a whole video about SBS 100. I mean, how could you not? SBS 100, Volume 100. Dang, it is just, I don't know. It is crazy to think that right now, we're actually finally at 100 volumes of One Piece, and it's still not over. Man, that's freaking crazy. Hey, Egg, myself from the future here. So, yeah, when I was originally recording this video, I completely forgot to talk about this, so that's why I'm just, doing this now. So, recently, we got some information about the One Piece Netflix live action show. And we finally learned about, the logo of the show, which, the logo looks pretty cool. I mean, honestly, it's honestly like nothing big of a surprise. It's like, kind of expected, at least how the logo looks to me. And we also do get to see a picture of the, I guess, script for episode 1 of the Netflix live action show, which, that's pretty cool. We're getting that. I mean, I don't know if this is saying, like, hey guys, we finally finished the script for episode 1, or if it's like, hey look, we've completed episode 1, we're slowly getting our way to our, eventual release date of the live action show. And, I know some people aren't kind of excited for the live action show just because it's, live action and anime. It really hasn't been good. The only examples I can think of is like, well, at least here in America, is definitely Speed Racer. That one's actually pretty good. And Alita Battle Angel, actually, the live action film actually got me to read the manga. So, yeah, congratulations to that. So, I'm hoping it's good. I mean, honestly, I've kind of been sold on it being, hopefully good just because of ever since the, the reverie that Roger did, and he brought in Matt Owens, one of the head writers, and, it really does seem like he loves One Piece and is a big fan of it. And ever since then, I'm like, maybe this is good. So, definitely excited. I'm hoping to God it's not bad. Please don't let it be bad. But I mean, I have faith. Also, we have Oda, as an executive producer overseeing everything. Next, usually with the chapter reviews, I would start off with looking at the cover page, but I guess this time it's a little weird and different because okay, if you guys are watching this future when the official release is out, you might say something different, but I'm reviewing this when the unofficial release, and it doesn't seem like there's a cover page this week, so I don't know what's up with that. I mean, if you look at this week's cover, showing Jump, it's, celebrating, 100 volumes of One Piece, so maybe that has to do something with it. I'm not exactly sure, but, man, it'd be crazy, the official release comes out and turns out there is a cover page. Am I seriously going to make a whole entire video just for the cover page? Okay, that would be insane. But, yeah, while we don't have a cover page, we do have a color page spread to talk about. Yeah, we got the part 2 of that global popularity poll top 50 character color page spread. So with the second part, who should I talk about first? Yeah, let's talk about the Straw Hats. We got all the Straw Hats except for Frankie. I mean, technically all the Straw Hats got into the top 50 except for Frankie. But Frankie is in this color page spread because, well, you know, it's probably always think about, it's like, look, I cannot have a color page spread without all the Straw Hats. Doesn't even matter if Frankie just, I think he got like 56, so just barely out of the top 50. But yeah, you know, crazy. But yeah, we got all the Straw Hats. We got Luffy, Zoro, Chopper, Nami, Sanji, Jinbei, Robin, Frankie, Usopp, and all of them there in their yeah, they're all in their current Onigashima Wano attire, and it's pretty cool. It's nice seeing them, and you know, all front and center in this color page spread. Who else should I mention? I mean, let's see. Ooh, we got Crocodile, definitely a fan favorite. Let's see, who else? We got Vivi and Karu, which actually, I don't know this. Did even Karu make the top 50? I know Vivi did, but did Karu? I'm actually curious about that. I might have to look that up afterwards. Let's see, what else? We got Anel. Everyone knows King of Lightning's favorite character. Let's see. Ooh, we got Bon Clay, man. Thank God he's not dead. Let's see who else. We got Kid, we got Killer, we got Bonnie, we got Arouge, which, you know, speaking of Arouge, what's up with him? We also got Apu, who is totally not going to get his ass kicked later in the arc. What else? We got freaking X-Drake. Awesome. We do see in the background Gold Roger. Yeah, of course, Roger made in the top 50. Anyone else? Oh yeah, we also got the figurehead of the Mary, which the Mary did reach top 50, which I'm so happy for. And it's so cool seeing Oda, you know, draw the Mary again, because I know it's been a while for him, and you know, because like the color of the Mary looks different, because it's not like its usual white color, but it almost looks like yellow, maybe goldish like, which, you know, nice face uplift with the Mary. And also, speaking up of the Mary, on top of the Mary head, we got Mayor Woodslap. Yes, Mayor Woodslap. That was the one character I remember saying in last chapter review. I was like, you know, what's he going to do in this, you know, color page series where it's like, it's this big ultimate battlefield, and Mayor Woodslap is just, from the looks of it, just hanging on top of the Mary, holding for dear life. God, I love that. I love that. It's like all these powerful characters getting ready to show their ultimate moves. So we got Woodstock Barry, like, hopefully I don't fall off this thing. God, I love that. But yeah, this is actually, I actually like, you know, the second part way better than, I guess, the first part, which is pretty cool. And I mean, I could also try to mention, like, hey, maybe I can get some of the other characters off the panel, off screen. That'll probably show up in part 3, which I'm pretty sure I see Sabo. So, definitely excited for that. But, yeah, I guess that's really it. Well, I think it's time to move on into, but, yeah, let's get into the chapter itself, guys. Okay, so the chapter starts off where we're on the second floor, and some random beast pirates just, you know, fall down from Conqueror's Hockey, and they're like, hey, what's wrong with you guys? Is this Conqueror's Hockey? And then someone from the shadows like, well, it can't be helped. It's natural for men with weak resolve to be revealed. It's freaking Usopp's like, to crumble before me. After all, took down 2 of the Flying 6. You call me Usachi, the Beast Hunter. And, they're like, oh my god, he took down 2 of them. He has freaking Kakurasaki. I'll permit you, if you surrender now, I'll permit you to join our cause. And, they're like, oh no. And, meanwhile, Godspeed in the background being like, oh, I guess this might be happening because, Big Mom's also fighting on this floor. So they're, probably falling down from her Conqueror's hockey, so, God, I freaking love this with, classic Usopp. While this is happening, we got Nami on the Transpire Snail talking to Frankie, like, hey, do you know what the heck's going on with Luffy? And Frankie's like, yeah, I have no idea. The last update I got was what Momonosuke said earlier. And Nami's like, well, I bet Momo's with Shinobu, but I can't get a hold of her either. And Frankie's like, well, no news is probably good news. And Nami's like, whoa, how could you say that? And Frankie's like, well, if you're done with upstairs, meet me down here. I'm not sure what's going on, but a bunch of the enemies try to keep storming the live floor, and we see them, a bunch of beast pirates trying to head towards the live floor. And Frankie's like, don't let them through. Sanji and Zoro are busy taking care of the All-Stars right now. And then we got, I guess either Sachi or Penguin. It doesn't really matter. But one of them says, we're an equal alliance, hiya. And then we got Beppo saying, you can't just start giving us orders while they, are fighting and taking care of beast pirates. And then after that we go to the 3rd floor where remember that fire from like a couple chapters ago where I was like, hey, what's the importance of the fire? Is that going to go anywhere? Well, here we see it going where it's like beast pirates are like, oh no, this looks bad. The flames are out of control. Yeah, escape the live floor. And we just got Brooke currently carrying Robin, and Brooke is just running as fast as he can away from the fire. He's like, it feels like I'm actually burning. Well, I mean, I guess technically it means I've been cremated. No, wait, this doesn't count. And then we got some of the, I think, yeah, it looks like some of the Musketeers. Let's see. Burn, cause are you alright? We can't stay here no more. And looks like I won't let Robin get burned. How is the battle going? And then, I don't know, one of them off screen is like, I have no clue. It's freaking total chaos out there. So yeah, then we go to back with, on the 4th floor, with the kid pirates. And Jinbei, the 3rd floor is erupting to a sea of flames. Please come while there still is time. And we see, while, this match is going on, the kid pirates on the 4th floor, wrecking against the beast pirates. And we even see, I think that's Heat or Wave. I always forget which is which. But, yeah, Heat or Wire just starts up freaking just, burning someone, lighting things on fire, which I actually kind of find a little bit, ironic. It's like, Brooke's like, oh, come on, dude, there's a freaking fire on the 3rd floor. It's just a giant flame. And then here Wire's like, did someone say something about fire? So, yeah. And, we go to Jinbei. He's like, huh, the fire's going that bad, huh? Where's Kaido? Is someone else keeping him busy? And then we go down to the live floor where we got Kawamatsu's like, the enemy is pouring out the castle. And some random beast pirates are being like, let us through, Samurai Scum. We own the castle, the live floor. And, Kawamatsu is still standing his ground, fighting back. And then, well, yeah, I guess we bring ourselves to the 2nd half of the chapter, where we go back to the rooftop. Woo, woo! Yeah, honestly, I thought it would be a little bit more wild before we get back to the rooftop. But, yeah, we're back to the rooftop. And you know what that means. Yamato versus Kaido. So yeah, we see Yamato and Kaido fighting, and Yamato does ringing arrow, where she does this projectile type attack that I think she did. God, I do not remember how many chapters ago, but yeah, she did that to take down one of the, I believe, Toby Ropa. Well, did she take that down, or I guess she partially took down that not Toby Ropo, but one of the numbers where she did like a projectile type of attack, and the ringing arrow does hit Kaido, but he's looking pretty fine with that move. And then Kaido's like, oh yeah, let me show you my version of it with thunderous arrow, where I presume it's a much stronger version of that same attack that Yamato did, but Yamato's able to block that attack, and Yamato's like "Ugh." And then Kaido continues back up to the fight, and we got Yamato being like, "You're really trying to kill me." And Kaido's like, "Yeah, that's right. This isn't a family squabble. You should have prepared for war. Carrying Odin's name is a heavy burden. I'm not playing around, Yamato." And Yamato's like, "What the heck's wrong with admiring him? I was captivated by Odin." And then we get to probably my favorite moment in the chapter, the Yamato Flashback. This is the first time we got this, I guess, mini Yamato Flashback, because we got the same thing with the whole thing. Well, what's the whole deal with Yamato and Ace? So, I don't know. Man, I'm feeling like, slowly throughout this arc we'll be getting Yamato flashbacks before the big Kaido flashback that everyone wants, but we'll see about that. So yeah, we go into this flashback, when Yamato was young. This flashback probably takes place, just to be safe, sometime after, probably the same year that Odin died, so roughly 20 years ago. I guess we got one beast pirate informant telling Kaido, like, "Kaido, the Oni princess have been throwing a non-stop tantrum for the week," and she's like, "My name is Odin. Cut me out of these chains, Daddy. I am Odin Kazuki." And Kaido's just looking at this, is like, "So Yamato, did you do all this?" And we just see a bunch of beast pirates around her, just completely knocked out like this. And Yamato's like, I don't know, they just fell down. I'm going to starve. Please feed me, Father. And Kaido's like, "Oh, so you have Conqueror's Haki." Okay, before continuing on with the chapter, I know, people were debating, like, does Yamato have Conqueror's Haki? This isn't right. Shouldn't these many people have Conqueror's Haki? And, I think I'm just going to say what I said during then is I'm perfectly fine with a lot of Conqueror's Haki people, showing up in the New World. It's kind of like, how, even before we went to the Grand Line, it's like, oh yeah, Devil Fruit users are rare. There's not a lot of them. And then when we get to the Grand Line, it's like, oh yeah, here's just a shit ton of Devil Fruit. It's like everywhere. There's almost everywhere has a Devil Fruit user. So I like to think, Conqueror's Haki is that way. And, these, strong people that have Conqueror's Haki would obviously hang around the New World. So, personally, I'm fine with it. People have some problems with it, especially with, possibly 4 members of the Straw Hat possibly having Conqueror's Haki. So, continuing on the chapter, I was like, "Conqueror's Haki, huh? That's promising, but if you keep insisting on calling yourself Odin, it's better if you died, Yamato." Yamato's like, wait, what? And Kaido's like, well, I'll give you about a month to cool off and reconsider in this cave over here. And Naruto's like, what, a month? I won't survive that long. And are those wild samurai imprisoned here too? How could you leave me in such a place? And freaking Kaido just, chucks Yamato in that cave, locks her in and just, closes the damn door to the cave. And, Yamato's just stuck there. And Kaido's like, the same goes for the rest of you. I would like to have Wano's great master swordsman serve under me. If you have a change of heart, just shout out your voices through the hole that's in the ceiling. How many days has it been since you've been in? I suppose I can leave you guys something. One portion should be enough. And then also Kaido freaking just throws down a bunch of swords. And he's like, oh yeah, I guess you'll be needing that to decide whoever gets it. And so it's like, wait a minute, Father. They're definitely going to resent me for being your child. I'll be freaking killed, right? And Kaido's like, I thought if you were Odin. And then, Kaido just, freaking closes the cave. And, we got young Yamato just being scared there. It's like, I called myself Odin, but I'm also Kaido's kid, the man who killed Odin. Surely these samurai must hate me for that. Does Father expect me to kill each other just for a bowl of rice? But they're bound to kill me first. And one of these samurai, get up and then they hand the bowl of rice to Yamato. Yeah, this one samurai is like, please heat up. Oh, I should probably mention this one samurai. I mean, I don't know who it is. Maybe it was mentioned, somewhere before in the story, but I'm not exactly sure who this samurai is. But the first samurai is like, please eat up. Samurai, don't get hungry. And Yamato's like, really? Well, really starving. And Yamato thinks, it's like, samurai, they're so amazing. They really never get any hungry. And that one samurai's like, well, yep, you were born into quite a family, weren't you? And just Yamato is just like, stuffing down this whole bowl of rice, just eating it up like, thank you, samurai. I'll remember this bowl for the rest of my life. And Yamato asked one of the samurai, like, hey, can I become a samurai even if I get hungry? And one of the other samurai picks up their sword. And, thank you, sword that I have off on the distance. But yeah, they pick up one of the swords and they cut off Yamato's chains. Or, well, not the cuffs itself, but they cut off the chains, I guess, connecting just to the wall. So I guess Yamato can now, move freely now. And this samurai I think I know who that samurai is. It's Ushimaru, who actually might or might not be Zora's dad. I don't know. I'll talk about that later. But the Ushimaru cuts off Yamato's chains, and Ushimaru's like, you want to be Kazoki Uden, right? I heard you earlier that man capped us all too. And Yamato's like, so, were you his friends? Who are you, samurai? And probably Ushimaru's like, oh, it's disgraceful. A samurai meant to introduce himself. I'm no one important. And Yamato just pulls out, I guess out of nowhere, like, hey, I want to read this logbook. Oh, shit. Yes, my last volume of Bleach will do. But yeah, she's like, yeah, I want to read this logbook, but there are too many big words in it. And then the rest of the samurai are like, whoa, 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 is that Odin's logbook right there? Yeah, they're all freaking surprised by that, and I guess the samurai help her with reading the logbook. Yeah, I'm really curious if freaking I don't know, is the fact that Yamato has the logbook. Okay, probably in this flashback, if Kaido knew that, he probably wouldn't have let Yamato still kept it, but who knows? But yeah, I guess help her read the logbook, and we see this image of just Yamato just being so fascinated on, I guess, whatever Odin has to say, the Chad has to say, and then 10 days later it happens, just like that. Yeah, 10 days later, it's like one of the samurais is like, Yamato, would your father really leave his child to die? And another one's like, well, if this keeps up, you're not going to see the bell that Odin predicted 20 years from now. And Yamato's like, no, when the time comes, I'll fight for Wando, and then I'll go out to sea and get much, much stronger. And the samurai like, well, that's the spirit. In case we can contribute to the future battle by ensuring your survival. And after all, 20 years is a little long for us to wait. And all the samurai get ready. They they open a way out of the cave. Then Yamato says, but samurai, if you do this, then my father will. And the samurai are like, we can just not sit here and starve like dogs. We never had any intention of yielding. And the samurai go escape and I guess cause wreckage throughout Onigashima. And we got the flashback ending with some random beast barbaric like, Kaido, the samurai had broken out of Wano. And you know what, the chapter's almost done, so I'll talk about this when I get there. But yeah, we go back to the present where Yamato's like, even I had so many people who believed in me, people that accepted me. What right did you have to steal my freedom? What right did you have to steal Wano's freedom? And then we got Kaido, charging up this is a good example. I'll just put the sword back here. But yeah, Kaido charging off his Kanobu and being like, there are no such easy answers in this world, you immature brat. And both of them swing together, both doing both of them are doing a Thunder Bagawa, clashing with their Conqueror's Hockey, both clashing. And the chapter just ends there with the clash. Black lightning. Chapter ends. No break. So we'll see you guys next week. But yeah, dude, this chapter 1024. Oh my god, so much cool stuff, especially pertaining to Yamato. Actually, before I get into the Yamato stuff, I do have to admit, I do like how this chapter was basically saying, like, yeah, how the rest of the Straw Hats fights are done. Yeah, they ain't just not doing anything no more. Of course, they're going to be doing, other stuff throughout Onigashima. And, this chapter's like, okay, they're still fighting. Everyone's, slowly advancing to the live stage floor, which I still think the final bell will probably go Luffy, and then, the roof is going to collapse, and everyone, that's left is going to fight Kaido. I truly do think that's going to happen. So, yeah, that was pretty cool that happened. But I guess with the whole thing with Yamato and her flashback, I mean, it's really interesting seeing Yamato with this, I guess, still juxtaposition we got. It's like, Yamato's like, look, I am Odin. I will carry Odin's will. And at the same time, we see her, throwing out moves Kaido's and using a Konobu like Kaido would. And I know this is supposed to contrast with, how much she's like with, how much like she's like Kaido than more than she likes to admit. So there's that. But yeah, what I have to talk about, the flashback with, Yamato that we got here. So one starts off with like Kaido being like, "Oh yeah, you can use Conqueror's Hockey. That's pretty cool." But you know how I was basically starving you for a while? I'm just going to do that even more. And oh yeah, let's put a little bowl of rice. I'm sure the samurai are going to kill you for it. So freaking even Kaido's like, I don't care if you're my kid. If you're going to act like this, you might as well die. So yeah, freaking Kaido, really has no. I mean, I don't know what's like. It just, I don't know, with Kaido and Yamato, the relationship, even as weird as it is, I wonder, does even Kaido really care about Yamato at all? Or it almost seems like with Kaido, it's like, okay, it's almost a means to the end. If you really don't do anything, accomplish my goals, you're worthless to me. And you're no better than a freaking grunt soldier. Even if you can use Conqueror's Hockey, which I know some people are mad about it, but I still think that's really cool, even if it's at this young, weird age. I mean, to be fair, Ace was able to use Conqueror's Hockey in a young age. And also, for some reason, not deciding to use it at all during Marineford. Yeah. But, yeah, then Kaido throws him. Yamato into the cave. And then we got all these samurai, which the only one that I'm able to distinguish is Ushimaru, which, looks, I would say personally, just almost exactly like Zoro, except, Ushimaru doesn't look like he particularly has a scar. But it almost looks like Zoro, and I don't know why people are saying it, because of this, obviously, Ushimaru is Zoro's dad, and I look at it, and I'm like, well, he could be. The timelines, fairly match, fairly well. So it's definitely not impossible for Ushimaru to be Zoro's dad, but the only problem I have with this is, I remember Oda and SBS said, Zoro's lineage, it's not going to become a big deal. So I'm sure it's going to be mentioned. I'm sure it's like, oh yeah, he's definitely a Shimashiki. God, I hope I'm saying that right. He's definitely one of them, but, if he turns out to be Ushimaru's, son, then that kind of has to make it a little bit more important. And, it can't not be a big deal if it's that. But, whatever. Whatever we freaking find out. Well, we'll find out sooner or later. Or, I mean, maybe one won't get a clear answer. That would be crazy. But, we got this whole thing with, I guess, Yamato, because, at the beginning, at least from it, it's like Yamato's like, I want to be Owen. I'm so, captivated by him that I want to be him. But, we do see Yamato, she, whatever, is, scared for her life. And, it's like, I want to be Owen, but, I'm just scared. How can I deal with this stuff? And, with a samurai, and I guess, her reading Odin's logbook, that's, she, slowly builds off the, I guess, confidence in being like, I guess this what it means to have the legacy of, Odin, not just that, but the samurai, and, their will, and, her being impressed by it. And even at the end, the samurai are like, look, if you stay in this cave any longer, you're just going to die. What we can at least do is, make sure you escape out of this cave, live for another day. And we might die here, which I'm pretty sure they're all these samurai, even Ushimaru, they're pretty much dead. I'm pretty sure of that. But they gave up their life for Yamato one day to join in the battle. 20 years later, that freaking Odin was fated to do, and I really do like that we give like these little bitty flashbacks of Yamato. I wonder how big of Yamato's flashback are we going to get to the point? Because I know for a while people are saying we're totally going to get a Kaido flashback, but I don't know. Maybe in total we'll get more of a Yamato flashback. Maybe we'll get a full-on Yamato flashback. I doubt that, but it would be honestly really cool just to learn more about Yamato and I guess her perspective on things and everything, and her being literally just proposed to Kaido. Yeah, that's really cool. Anything else I want to really talk about it? I guess the samurai taught Yamato to read. Congratulations, Ushimaru. You were a better dad to Yamato than freaking Kaido himself. But that's not really hard. Kaido's not exactly dad of the year. Anything else I gotta mention? Yeah. Nothing really. I mean, the fight with, I don't know. I want to mention more about that flashback, but nothing's really catching my mind. But, yeah, I do like the little moments that we got earlier. And, I do at them. At the moment where Usopp's being like, yes, I took down 2 of the flying sticks, and this power of knocking out people was because of me. So, yeah, I freaking love this, moment. Classic Usopp. You want to be freaking crazy if, because of this moment later down the line, Usopp conquers Hockey. I would so love that. I mean, I'm not opposed to that, but actually, I feel like I'm one of the few people who's not opposed for just all the Straw Hats that get Hockey of some kind. Like, honestly, other than Frankie, I really don't mind any other Straw Hat getting any other, I don't know, Hockey power. So I'm perfectly fine with that. That's how I feel. Some people feel like, oh yeah, like Brooke or freaking Robin. Yeah, they just need to stay with their Devil Fruit powers. They don't need to gain any, extra Hockey abilities. So I understand what's with that with people, but it's still really cool to see them throughout, and I really do like everything's heading towards the center floor, live stage floor. As I said earlier, I really do think the battle's going to end when everyone else's battles is said and done. They're going to go fight Kaido, and anyone who's left is going to join the fight with Luffy, Yamato, whoever else is going to join against Kaido whenever, everyone will be on the live floor by the end of it. And, the ceiling will collapse and everyone will land on the live stage floor ready to join up again with Luffy and, not Odin, Momonosuke and Yamato and the rest of them. And, yeah, Yamato, definitely like this chapter. I want to say more stuff about Yamato, but I really don't. Yamato, this flashback, I don't know. What else should I say? I mean, at least I guess, kind of cool that one technique, Kaido does have his own version of, so that's definitely interesting. I mean, also looking at Kaido and how he looks at everything with, Yamato's like, oh yeah, you might be powerful, but, you're worthless to me. And, you know, the whole thing of like, I was like, well, you know, I'm not going to give you any of these answers, Yamato. You don't deserve them. You're just nothing more than a stupid brat. And, you know, it's like, well, if I have to kill my kid, I have to kill my kid. You know, I really do wonder, like, by the end of the day, does really Kaido care about his kid at all? Like, even if Yamato, you know, just, you know, follow Kaido's orders, does Kaido probably would be like, oh yes, I think of you no differently than I think of like the Toby Ropo or the Calamities or, you know, any strong person on my pirate crew. So I do truly, I truly do wonder about that. I did talk enough about Conqueror's Hockey, so yeah, I think I'm done. And yeah, so yeah, at least we got Yamato confirmed Conqueror's Hockey. But yeah, what's happening next chapter? Oh god, if we're getting back to this stuff with Yamato, I think next chapter is going to be Luffy going to be on top of Onigashima. I am almost 100% sure that's what's basically going to happen, at least next chapter. Because if we're already going to go back with seeing what the heck is going on with Yamato on the rooftop, Luffy and Momonosuke can't be too far to get back up. So I'm definitely excited to see that. And more of Yamato, yeah, probably my favorite character for the only reason me making my first discussion video on it. But whatever. So yeah. Anything else I gotta really say? You know, definitely like the flashback. I really want to know: are we going to get like a, you know, page long not page long, but are we going to get a full chapter long, like, you know, flashback with Yamato, or are we just going to keep getting these, you know, little tiny disperses? Just curious about that. But yeah, you know, like, comment, subscribe, or, you know, whatever. I don't really care. I mean, you know, I'd like if you did one of those things, but I'm not trying to force that upon you. Yeah, I guess that's really it. But I guess I see you next time when the clashing of two Conqueror Hockey users. Is it something that we can truly fear? Or can Yamato hold off with his conquerors to wait for Luffy to come soon? Yeah. I like this chapter. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it could be worse, but yeah, I like this chapter review. I don't know, I don't know. Maybe this will change later on, but oh god, you know, one of these days I'll be good enough at these freaking chapter reviews that I'll never be like, I wish I could talk better, but you know, that's how I kind of just go with these chapter reviews. I don't really script them at all, and that's how I personally like doing them. And you know, I mean, hey, you know, maybe these will make me better at, you know, public speaking or talking or whatever, that kind of stuff. Maybe one day, maybe I'll get a better camera that doesn't feel like randomly shutting off. But yeah. So you know, I'm just curious. Like, if you had Ray Kaido as like terrible anime father, like out of, I guess, 1, which is a bad, to 10, which is the worst, how would you rate Kaido? Because, you know, there are some pretty bad dads in anime. I don't know. I probably would give him maybe a 5, maybe a 6. I mean, I'm sure there are worse dads in anime, so, you know, hey, maybe Kaido's worst dad of the year, or I guess 2 years in this case, but we'll see. Okay, Anthony, just end the damn video.